Hi, this is Asian Nation, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope that you're having a great day. So today's video, it is time to make a list of our favorite BL series in the previous year 2020. There were a lot of BL series shown last year and it's pretty hard to come up with only 10, but here's our top 10 best BL series in 2020. This is our preference and we are open to your suggestions if you know that there are better BL series in 2020 that are not included here. Like in the Movies is a Filipino BL series about the budding romance between Carl as Paulo Pangilinan and Vlad as Ian Pangilinan that began with an all-time favorite fake relationship trope during their semi-annual college break. Juan Miguel Severo, his creator and writer, had written Like in the Movies with an ambitious goal of bringing the queer story back to the gay community. A bold and precarious vision for a genre often riddled with criticism of romanticization and misinterpretation in a queer narrative. The show has successfully raised the bar for newer BL to come. I would dare say that Like in the Movies is easily one of the very few intricately well-written storyline there is in BL. It is an ambitious project that aimed to check all the boxes for a satisfying BL series while transcending beyond the typical shallow understanding of queer relationships, specifically of gay people. It hoped to bring a story of a queer person beyond the confided bubble BL has created for its main audiences. Most importantly, it aimed to extend its message to every queer people that whenever they are ready to reclaim their story, we are here to welcome them. And it successfully did so. Where Your Eyes Linger has been marketed as South Korea's first LGBT drama, or more precisely, South Korea's first BL drama, but that's questionable. Depending on how you define BL, South Korea does indeed give fans an occasional BL drama, or at least one more that I watched, long time no see 2017, Where Your Eyes Linger was melodramatic. The inner dialogues gave the audience a more dramatic feeling, with the drama coming to an end, but they've still nicely concluded the story, wrapping up every storyline. The conclusion was also realistic. For the main story the pace was slow, with the element of intrigue and surprise, as well as the mystery of what's going to happen or what the characters actually feel. That pace was, however, screwed towards the end, as things were rushed to end too quickly. The length of time did not help with many of the issues that the drama presented, like that of the relationship between son and father, son and mother, and the background of Kanguk. However, the love story was heartbreaking and beautiful. In the beginning, it was lighter and more playful, and in the end it was tragic. The side characters also added some funny moments to it. Han Ji-shin was pretty great and he had chemistry with his partner, and Jang Hee-soo was the perfect match for Han Ji-chan and he did amazing with his character. GameBoys is most of the BL dramas that came out during the pandemic virtually mimic the events of the lockdown, with most of the new titles set during the pandemic. GameBoys not only take the pandemic as their background, they also reflect how people communicate during these times when citizens are not allowed to be physically close to each other. In GameBoys, the story of Gabriel as Cocoy de Santos and Cairo as Elijah Canlis is made possible by a fateful online encounter that later blooms into a tender, sweet romance. Both De Santos and Canlis faced the same challenge of relinquishing their roles with ease, given that their director, Yvonne Andrew Payawal, delivered practical instructions and, to the surprise of the audience, the Gav and Cairo that they were able to deliver are emotionally rich and grounded in reality. Gav's assertive and confident personality is perfectly embodied by De Santos, but his playful attitude to the character's narrow nuances amplifies the charm that the character already possesses, making him one of the most memorable BL characters ever introduced to Filipino audiences. Canlis' streak of critically acclaimed performances in film enabled him to transform Cairo to its most affectionate form, with his entire performance largely built upon moments of restraint. Everyone knows at this point that the series follows a body switch concept. Pan and Soda are two of the best friends who write YAOI fiction about their high school seniors, Wei and Kim. Wei and Kim are shown to be two best friends who are always there for each other. The shipper might look like a comedy show, but it's definitely one of the saddest shows out there. It's not sad because it has scenes of shock value, but rather how hard it hits because of the realistic aspects. Kim loves Wei and Wei is in love with Kim, but Kim doesn't want to hold Wei back. The great thing about this series is that so many of us started watching it for the BL, but we seem to have continued watching it for what it truly is, a beautiful and heartfelt story full of laughter and tears. This series has quickly become a favorite of mine, and for good reason. Oxygen. The series is here and it's here to stay. It's a soft, lovable BL drama featuring Nutsupanet as Solo and Pechchanapam as Gui. I slowly developed a likeness to it, but I used to have a lukewarm attitude towards the series. Solo and Gui's chemistry is top-notch, but I'm not going to lie, there were parts where I felt that Pech was a bit awkward performing the cozy Nut scenes, especially when Nut made him sit on his lap. It was very sweet and wholesome, and I think the only thing I can say I didn't enjoy was the doctor's bits, but hey, it's not a big deal that I just skipped. I think you need to try it if you're thinking about watching it. I'm not exactly sure what the people were expecting from this show. Why Are You? The series is a Thai BL/gay television series that follows above-mentioned synopsis, revolving around two main couples both starting in conflict but gradually developing intimacy through revelation and character dynamics. The rom-com features both a Thai drama of a kind of funny scene as well as intense, dramatic moments that are also unique to the Thai entertainment industry. Why Are You's plot is pretty wild. Since most of you want to know what's going on in a series, Why Are You isn't really a show to watch for an intricate plot or anything. It's kind of a hot mess on that front, as we said. You watch Why Are You swoon over either the Zon/Safia romance, the fighter/tutor romance, or both of them. The cast is ridiculously charming with two lovely couples in the center to enjoy. GMMTV seems to have it all when it comes to boys' love content. Undoubtedly, this year has been one of the best years for the company. My Gear and Your Gown story is about Eat, a poor student, and Pai, the son of rich parents. The two started off okay enough, Eat saving Pai on more than one occasion and with Eat starting to like Pai. Then Eat finds out that Pai is rich, and that the rich gave Pai a leg to everything else. It was decided that he would not like Pai from then on through a feud over a room at the school where their clubs met. The acting was okay when it came to the secondary characters, Folk, Wan, Pure and Bo. Overall, I think this show is a hidden gem from GMMTV and should be streamed as fast as possible. Cherry Magic is the drama made me feel good, a much needed feeling nearing the end of 2020. Is the story of Kiyoshi Adachi, a 30-year-old virgin who gains the ability to read the thoughts of those around him. Initially shaken by this newfound power, Adachi is even more surprised when he realizes his co-worker, Yuichi Kurosawa, harbors feelings for him. This is a well-written and well-produced drama for anyone who wants to feel good about the rom-com series. I really enjoy universal values even if I'm not looking for a BL drama in particular. I think it's one of the strengths of this drama. I like that there is no necessary skinship because you can feel their feelings through their actions, words, and expressions. Eiji Akaso and Kita Machida's acting are on point. The score is awesome. I like the music that plays every time Kurosawa has imaginations. It's one of the many open-air BL shows produced by the country, although none of this viral caliber has garnered more fame than Two Gethers. The story follows a freshman from college named Tyne as Win Metain, who finds himself being followed by an implacable gay suitor. In a plot to shake him off without having to break his heart directly, Tyne's group of friends suggest that he fake Sarawat as Bright Bacharayat, the enigmatic and reserved resident heartthrob of their university. The series is surprisingly good, though apart from the BL element, the story can be rather hilarious as a light-hearted comedy. Very often, scenes that are otherwise possibly quite dull turn out to be rather engaging. Despite these relatively minor hiccups, however, the show offers a pleasant and family-friendly viewing experience and is well positioned to be a great and palatable introduction to the Thai BL industry. I Told Sunset About You is one of those amazing shows that is somehow capable of bringing a high level of hilarity to a series that isn't a comedy. The relationship between Tae and Oo is one of the most complex relationships I've ever seen. They have a mixture of rivalry, friendship, contempt, sexual tension, and love for each other, which makes them stand out as a very real couple. Tae is a perfect example of how BLs are supposed to write and portray female characters. Although there were only two of them, both women were strong and independent, and at the very least they did not serve as villains. This kind of BL series elicits such a visceral reaction within me. It triggered me. But it was essential in helping me let go of even a tiny part of that pain. That's all for today's video and those other BLs that you must watch in 2020. Share your comment and opinion in section below. What are BL looking forward the most in 2021? Thank you for supporting me for this video. I hope all of you enjoy this video. See you again.